Hello. Thank you for your interest in HPD's Housing Choice Voucher Program, also known as Section 8. This video series will show you how to complete HPD's owner package. Submitting the owner package is the first step for owners enrolling in the program when they have tenants that are Housing Choice Voucher Program participants ready to move into their units. It collects information about the owners and their units that are available for rent to confirm they qualify for HPD's Housing Choice Voucher Program. This video will review the owner package's statement of understanding and the disclosure of lead-based paint and lead-based paint hazards. On the statement of understanding, the property owner or the representative completing the owner package on the owner's behalf must sign to attest they understand the following points about HCV program participation. You may not charge rent for a unit in the HCV program that's higher than the rents being charged for comparable units in your building. The apartment about to be rented to an HPD Section 8 voucher holder must pass a Housing Quality Standard or HQS inspection before Housing Assistance Payment or HAP will be issued. The effective date of the subsidy will be the date listed on the signed HAP contract, and the date will be either the 1st or the 15th of the month. You must submit an executed lease between the tenant and yourself when you sign the HAP contract, and this lease must have the same effective date as that listed on the signed HAP contract. The contract rent on the executed lease will signify the maximum collectible rent you are authorized to receive within that lease term. No additional rental fees will be charged to the tenant without prior written authorization from HPD's Division of Tenant and Owner Resources. It may take as long as 3 months from the date HPD receives the signed leases and the HAP contract for the HAP payments to begin. Owners will receive all payments due from the effective date of the HAP contract. All information and supporting documentation submitted with this owner package is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, and you understand that any and all information is subject to verification by the NYC Department of Housing Preservation and Development's Division of Tenant and Owner Resources. Either the owner or the owner's representative who is completing the owner package's forms on their behalf must sign to acknowledge their understanding of these points. Next, we'll review how to complete the disclosure of lead-based paint and lead-based paint hazards. Housing built before 1978 may contain lead-based paint. Lead from paint, paint chips, and dust can pose health hazards if not managed properly. Lead exposure is especially harmful to young children and pregnant people. So before renting any pre-1978 housing, all landlords must disclose the presence of known lead-based paint and/or lead-based paint hazards in the dwelling. Tenants must also receive a federally approved pamphlet on lead poisoning prevention. This disclosure form will confirm those requirements have been met. The first section is to be completed by you, the property owner. First, you must clarify if there is a lead-based paint or lead-based paint hazards present in the building. If there is, summarize the hazards present in the line below this question. Next, you must clarify if records related to lead-based paint and housing are available to the owner. If so, summarize the records or documents that are available in the line below this question. Copies of these documents must be provided to the tenant. The second section is to be completed by the tenant. They must initial to confirm that they've received copies of all the documents related to lead-based paint present in the housing, and they've received the pamphlet titled Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home. This pamphlet can be found online at the link provided below. All owners must supply this pamphlet to their tenants that are renting units that were built before 1978. The third section of this form is to be completed by the real estate agent if one is involved in the leasing process. They must initial to confirm they've informed the owner of their responsibilities according to federal regulations related to lead-based paint and lead-based paint hazards, and that they're aware of their own responsibility to ensure compliance with those federal regulations. To complete this form, both the owner and tenant must sign to certify the information they've provided on the page. Check out the other videos in this series for more detailed instructions on how to complete other pages of the owner package. Thanks again for your interest in participating in HPD's Housing Choice Voucher Program.